Some truths are too heavy for people to carry, so they'd rather live in a comforting lie than face reality. The truth isn't always beautiful or easy. It can be unsettling, forcing people to rethink their entire worldview. Many prefer denial because it's less painful than change. But the hard truth, no matter how uncomfortable, is always more valuable than a comfortable illusion. Growth begins the moment we stop lying to ourselves. The things we get without struggle often mean the least to us. We only truly appreciate what we've worked hard for. Whether it's love, success, or knowledge, when something is handed to us without effort, we take it for granted. But when we've poured our sweat and soul into it, we guard it with everything we have. The value of something isn't in its price, it's in the sacrifices made to earn it. Pain is an unavoidable part of life, but finding purpose in it is what makes life worth living. No one escapes suffering, but the difference between those who crumble and those who rise is meaning. When you see your struggles as lessons, they become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Pain without purpose is misery. Pain with purpose is transformation. True success isn't measured by wealth or status, but by the kind of person you become. Society teaches us to chase money, fame, and possessions, but at the end of the day, it's our character that defines us. A person with nothing but integrity is far richer than someone with everything but a soul. The world may measure success in numbers, but the heart measures it in impact. Some people search for truth even if it's inconvenient. Others hold on to beliefs even if they're false. The difference between a seeker and a believer is openness. Seekers ask questions, challenge ideas, and embrace change. Believers cling to what feels right even if it's wrong. One finds wisdom, the other finds comfort. But wisdom, though harder, is always more rewarding than blind belief. Every hardship you survive adds to your strength. Pain can either break you or build you. It's your choice. Every struggle leaves a scar, but scars are proof of survival. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about rising every time you do. The universe doesn't test the weak. It challenges those meant for more. Words are often twisted, misunderstood, or taken out of context. What people hear is often not what was actually said. Words can be misquoted, misinterpreted, and misused, creating stories far from reality. In a world where truth gets lost in translation, be careful with what you say, and even more careful with what you believe. True growth happens when you stop defining yourself by a fixed idea of who you are. People get stuck because they think they already know who they are. But real transformation happens when you let go of those labels and allow yourself to evolve. The person you were yesterday is not the person you have to be tomorrow. Stop trying to be like others. You're meant to be you. We spend too much time trying to fit into molds that weren't made for us. But the most powerful version of you is the one that isn't pretending. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs the real you. You don't have to destroy yourself to make others happy. Sacrificing yourself for people who wouldn't do the same for you isn't kindness. It's self-neglect. Help others, but not at the cost of your own well-being. You deserve the same love you give. No matter what you're going through, it won't last forever. Good times? Enjoy them because they won't last. Bad times? Endure them because they won't last either. Life is a river, always moving, always changing. The only thing constant is change itself. When relationships end, people tell their side in a way that makes them look good. Every broken relationship has two stories, but people only share the version where they're the victim. It's human nature to rewrite history in our favor. But truth doesn't pick sides, it just is. Knowing facts is different from knowing when to use them. Intelligence is collecting facts. Wisdom is knowing how to use them. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Knowledge fills the mind, but wisdom fills the soul. Some burdens aren't meant to be carried forever. They're just lessons meant to be learned. We hold on to pain longer than we should, carrying it like a weight on our backs. But struggles are meant to be passed through, not lived in. Let go of what no longer serves you. The best things in life require effort, but the rewards are always worth it. Anything truly valuable, love, success, growth, demands struggle. If it were easy, it wouldn't mean as much. The question isn't, is this hard? But, is this worth it? A bargain is only good if it's something you actually need. We often chase what looks like a good deal without asking if we really need it. This applies not just to shopping, but to life, opportunities, relationships, even beliefs. More isn't always better. The real bargain is knowing when to walk away. Closing yourself off from the world might feel safe, but it will only trap you in loneliness. When life gets tough, it's tempting to build walls to keep the pain out, but those same walls also keep out love, joy, and growth. Strength isn't about shutting people out, it's about knowing who's worth letting in. No one thrives in isolation. Do what is right in the eyes of God, even if it brings temporary hardship, because true rewards come in the end. Doing the right thing isn't always easy, and sometimes it might cost you in the short term. But integrity, faith, and righteousness are investments with eternal returns. The road of truth is often the hardest, but it's also the only one that leads to real peace. Time seems to stretch when you fill your days with purpose and passion. A life spent worrying about the past or fearing the future is a life half-lived. But when you immerse yourself in meaningful work, love, and adventure, every moment feels richer. You don't count the days, you make the days count. Ghosts don't harm people, human beings do. People fear spirits, legends, and the unknown, yet the real danger lies in those around us. Betrayal, cruelty, and deception come from the living, not the dead. Trust wisely, because the biggest wounds don't come from shadows, but from those we least expect. The things we cherish the most have the greatest power to hurt us. Love is beautiful but also dangerous. Whether it's a person, a dream, or an ambition, when we give something our whole heart, we make ourselves vulnerable. The deeper the love, the deeper the pain if it's lost. The lesson? Love fully but never lose yourself in the process. Time doesn't change people, it reveals them. We often expect people to transform, but in reality they just grow into their true nature. Circumstances may shift, but a person's core remains. Instead of hoping someone will change, look at who they are right now. That's the real them. True strength reveals itself when life gives you no other option. People don't realize their resilience until they're pushed to their limits. It's in the moments of deepest struggle that we discover the strength we never knew we had. Hardships don't create strength, they uncover it. The wise question themselves, while the ignorant are convinced they're always right. Confidence isn't always a sign of intelligence. In fact, those who know the least often speak the loudest, while the truly wise constantly question and refine their beliefs. Be cautious of those who claim certainty in everything. Real wisdom lies in knowing what you don't know. Hardships can either help you grow or fill you with resentment. It's up to you. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Life will test you, disappoint you, and break you down. But you always have a choice. Use it as fuel to improve or let it harden your heart. Growth or bitterness, your mindset determines your path. Playing it safe might feel comfortable, but you're meant for bigger things. Fear keeps people anchored in safe, predictable routines, but true purpose is found in adventure, risk, and stepping into the unknown. Growth never happens in comfort zones. Your potential is waiting beyond the shore. No matter what you do, some people will always find something to complain about. Trying to make everyone happy is an endless, exhausting task. Some people thrive on negativity, and no amount of kindness or effort will change that. Your responsibility isn't to fix them, it's to protect your peace. You don't need to force relationships. Your true people will find you when you stay authentic. Desperation attracts the wrong energy. The people meant for you will recognize your worth without you having to convince them. Stop running after those who don't value you. Stand firm and the right ones will come. What matters isn't what happens, but how you handle it. Everyone faces struggles, setbacks, and disappointments. The difference between those who rise and those who fall is mindset. You can't control life, but you can always control your response. Your life is shaped more by your decisions than by external events. Many people blame their situation for their failures, but in the end, it's the small daily choices that define us. Strength comes from taking responsibility, not making excuses. Wisdom isn't about having all the answers, it's about asking the right questions. If this video made you pause, reflect, or see life a little differently, then it did its job. Growth begins with curiosity, and every deep thought brings us closer to understanding ourselves and the world around us. So, before you go, ask yourself, what's one thought from this video that will stay with you? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you're someone who loves exploring life's deeper truths, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because the journey of wisdom never ends, it only gets deeper. Until next time, keep thinking deeper.